friends, a warm welcome to today's English class. Hope you are staying safe and blessed at home. Some of you may be a bit sad and sorrowful. Why? Due to the fear of spreading COVID-19 pandemic, you are forced to stay away from school. Keep away from school. For you, it will be a sacrifice. Without friends, without games, and even without your silly, naughty days. But dear children, don't be desperate. Don't lose heart, but be hopeful. Trust in God. He will make everything for your good future. Look at the sky. See, the clouds are not always the same. They are changing. Likewise, all your troubles and tribulations will be wiped off soon. So, let's pray and hopefully wait for the wonderful days ahead. Well, dear friends, look at the screen. What do you see in the screen? Yes, it is the picture of doves. What do the doves signify? Yes, doves signify peace. Doves are the symbols of peace. Now please watch a video. Have you watched the video? What was it about? Yes, it was the picture of some people who are caring others, who are loving others, who are doing some humanitarian services. They console the wounded hearts, they feed the sick, they feed the hungry, they make others happy by doing some little acts of kindness and of love. They are doing some humanitarian services. Well, what are the thoughts that come to your mind while watching the video? Yes, there are a number of people in the world who are ready to help others, who are ready to serve others, to stand by them, to strengthen them. Actually, they make the world a better place by doing these kinds of activities. So we can say that the world is a better place to live in. Do you want to be one among them? Yes, I know, surely you do. Now let's come to our second unit. What is the name of the unit? Yes, Bonds of Love. Now look at the cover page. What do you see there? Yes, you see the picture of the globe, our world. What else do you see in the picture? Yes, you see two white doves fly. You see two white doves flying. What do the doves signify? Yes, we know doves signify peace. See, they are flying peacefully. What else do you see in the picture? Yes, you see some people there. How are the people seen? Yes, They are seen clasping their hands. What idea does the picture convey? The picture of people clasping their hands symbolizes unity, togetherness, brotherhood. The picture of some people clasping their hands signify unity, brotherhood. So, where there is unity, there will be peace. Where there is love, there is peace. Where there is togetherness, there will be peace. Doves of peace will fly away where there is unity, where there is togetherness. These are the human values which make the world a better place. These are the human values which make the world a better place. Dear friends, in the second unit, there are 3 lessons for learning. Firstly, Maternity. It is an anecdote written by Lilikanakos. Secondly, Song of a Dream. It is a poem. Song of a Dream. It is a beautiful poem written by the Nightingale of India. Who is the Nightingale of India? Yes, Sarojini Naidu. Then thirdly, Tolstoy Farm. It's an extract from Gandhiji's autobiography. What is the autobiography of Gandhiji? Yes, My Experiment with Truth. Now look at the screen. What do you see there? Yes, you see the picture of a beautiful flame there. So many candles are being lighted from the single flame. What does it mean? Where there is light, there is no darkness. So, the evils of darkness, cruelty, selfishness will be wiped off in the presence of light, in the presence of love, and in the presence of unity. What else do you see on the screen? You see a small poem there. You see a small poem there, a 3-lined poem. Now let's read the poem. Lighting one candle with another candle, spring evening. Lighting one candle with another candle, spring evening. Children, what type of poem is it? Yes, it is a haiku. What is a haiku? Haiku is an unrhymed verse form in 3 lines. You know, it is of Japanese origin. It contains a deep meaning. What do these lines mean? Yes, in a world where there is love, care, empathy, unity, light, etc., then every evening will become a spring evening there. What is special about spring season? Yes, spring season is the season of warmth, beauty, happiness, flowers and joy. So, through these lines, the poet conveys the idea that helping each other and empathizing with the sufferings of our fellow beings will help us create a world of peace and love. But do we always nurture or promote such values in our life? No, not always. Now, let's watch a video. Children, have you watched the video? What did you see in the video? How do you feel? Yes, there are a number of people. They lack food. They lack shelter. They are in a pathetic condition. Where are they coming from? Why are they together? Yes, they are coming from somewhere else. They are coming from some other countries. They are in their plight for a better living. So now they are together. What do we call such people? They are refugees. Who is a refugee? A refugee is a person who has been forced to leave his country for better living. In Malayalam we say Abhayarthi. There are a number of refugees in the world. The life of the refugee is very painful, pathetic, very sad. Let's hope for a better world where even the refugees can find a place of their own. Come to learn an anecdote, Maternity by Lily Kanakos. What is an anecdote? An anecdote is an interesting story about a real incident or a person. In Malayalam, we say Sambhavakatha. What does the word maternity mean? Maternal love, the love of a mother, can be called maternity. Madhusneham. So, in this anecdote, Lilika Nakos portrays the maternal love of a 14-year-old boy towards his younger brother, a newborn child. Maternity is an anecdote written by Lilika Nakos. Lilika Nakos was a Greek novelist, a journalist, a short story writer. Here is the profile of Lilika Nakos. Lilika Nakos was a Greek novelist, journalist, and short story writer. She was one of the first women writers of modern Greek prose, and for many years the only woman in Greek journalism. She is best remembered for her story collection titled Children's Inferno, Stories of the Great Famine in Greece. One of her best known novels is Lost Soul. Now look, here is a boy. Look at the boy. He is carrying something on his back. Who is that boy? What is he carrying on his back? Let me tell you, he is Mikhail, an Armenian refugee of 14-year-old. He has fled his country with his fellow refugees and has come to Marcellus. For what? To find a better living. What does he carry on his back? Have you seen? Yes, it is a newborn child. Who is that little child? It is his younger brother. His mother died of childbirth. Life of Mikhail and his younger brother is very painful, tragic in the camp. Very painful, tragic in the camp. He cannot do any work as he carries the child on his back. There is nobody to help them, to look after them. Now let's get into the text. Let me read the paragraphs.
Maternity by Lilika Nakos. It was more than a month since they were at the Marcellus, the camp of Armenian refugees on the outskirts of the town already looked like a small village. They had settled down in any way they could, the richest under tents, the others in the ruined sheds. But the majority of the refugees, having found nothing better, were sheltered under carpets held up at the four corners by sticks. They thought themselves lucky if they could find a sheet to hang up at the sides and hold them from peering eyes. Then they felt almost at home. The men found work no matter what, so that in any case they were not racked with hunger and their children had something to eat. Of all of them, Mikhail alone could do nothing. He ate the stale bread which his neighbors cared to offer, and it weighed on him. For he was a big lad of 14, healthy and robust. But how could he think of looking for work when he literally bore on his back the burden of a newborn babe? Since his birth, which had caused his mother's death, he had wailed, proclaiming his famished state from morn till night. Who would have accepted Mikhail's services when his own compatriots had chased him from their quarters because they were unable to bear the uninterrupted howls which kept them awake at night?
Okay. Mikhail himself was dazed by these cries. His head was empty and he wandered about like a lost soul, dying from lack of sleep and weariness, always dragging about with him the deafening burden that had been borne for his misfortune and its soul, and that had so badly chosen the moment to appear on this earth. Everybody listened to it with irritation. They had so many troubles of their own, and they all pitifully wished it would die. But that did not happen, for the newborn child sought desperately to live and cry louder his famished state. The distracted women stuffed their ears, and Mikhail wandered about like a drunken man. He hadn't a penny in his pocket to buy the infant milk, and not one woman in the camp was in a position to give it the breast enough to drive one mad. Children, it is time for your reading. Read silently. Keep track of your reading. While you read, underline the unfamiliar words you find in the passage. Now let's read the glossary. Maternity, motherhood. Outskirts, the area surrounding a city, suburb. Ruin, destroy or decay. Wail, a prolonged cry of pain or grief. Lost soul, a person who feels very threatened or unhappy. Famished, extremely hungry. Compatriot, a fellow citizen, a person holding citizenship in the same country. Now, children, let me ask a few questions, some simple questions. Here, the first question: how did the Armenian refugees settle? They settled down in any way they could. The richest under tents, the others in the ruined sheds. But the majority of the refugees were sheltered under carpets, held up at the four corners by sticks. Describe the life of refugees in the camp. The life of the refugees in the camp was very pathetic. They thought themselves lucky if they could find a sheet to hang up and wall them from peering eyes. The men found some odd jobs so that they could save their children and their family from hunger. And the third question, why couldn't Michali earn even a penny? Why couldn't Michali earn even a penny? Michali couldn't earn even a penny. He couldn't look for work because he had to carry his newborn brother on his back. His mother had died immediately after giving birth to the child. So, Michali could not do any job. Why? Because he had to carry his younger brother on his back. His mother died at childbirth. The child was wailing continuously, crying continuously for milk. Children, here comes the fourth question. Why was Michali chased away by his fellow Armenians? Why was Michali chased away by his fellow Armenians? Michali was chased away by his fellow Armenians because they were unable to bear the uninterrupted howls of the newborn baby. Uninterrupted. Cannot be interrupted by anybody. Continuous crying. Children, here comes the last question. Why did the refugees wish that the child would die? Why did the refugees wish that the child would die? All the refugees were irritated by the deafening cries of the child. Even Michali was dazed by the cries. He wanted like a lost soul. Everybody listened to it with irritation because they had so many troubles of their own. So they wished that the child would die. Dear children, you have studied the first part of the story, Maternity. How was it? Did you like the story? Have you been impressed by the precious qualities of Michali? Now, let me give an assignment. Prepare a write-up on the topic, Michali, a symbol of maternal love. Prepare the write-up and send it to your English teacher. Let's meet again in the next class. God bless you. Bye.